What can I do for you today, sir?
What's your name?
Name's on my tag, man. You hard of reading?
Where's the manager? Bring the manager out now because I asked for almond milk and I can barely taste the almonds. Probably because there's no almond milk.
You can't talk to the manager, but you can talk to a lawyer. Sorry, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
How about no? I shan't. I'm an American.
Yep, since you're refusing to leave, that means you're trespassing on private property.
Oh, fine. Now I'm outside the door, but I shan't be silenced. How about you come out here and fight me like a man, coffee boy? I'm gonna kick your ass in front of everyone, coffee boy.
Now you're disturbing the peace by threatening violence. You could be arrested. That's assault.
But I missed.
Yes, but you put me in fear of being hit. And that's battery.
Because it was a scone?
No, because it actually hit me.
Okay, let's clear up one other thing here. Property, we got three types. We got public property, private property, and government property. And contrary to what the frauditors tell you, you can be trespassed from all of those. Well, I'm a frauditor. Amagansett Press says I can do it. He's full of shit.
Sir, no photos in here. You're going to have to leave right now.
Okay, the problem is when you enter a confrontation like this, sir, you address the perpetrator as sir? You already lost the fight, dude. Okay? When you go into a fight and you say, sir, you've already lost. Okay? I mean, why be stupid about it? But people are stupid.
Sir, no photos. I will call the police right now. Please leave.
Sir,
What, man?
sir.
You cannot film it. This is a financial institution like a bank. You can't go into a bank and start scanning whatever you...
Okay, the frauditor is wrong. You cannot film in the commerce section of a post office. But Poster 7 says... No, Poster 7 does not say that, you lying son of a bitch. Fact of the matter is, this is a commerce section. It is not a lobby. And if you read Poster 7, employees can tell you to leave and tell you to stop filming. Also, it has to be used for a forum. Anyway, postal regulations actually support Poster 7 and give you far more details.
It is against the law. It's a federal offense. Now, I'm asking you nicely.
I'm going to ask you nicely. And if you don't do what I asked you, I'm going to be forced to ask you nicely again. Guy, you've got the right idea, but you need to work on it.
Quick reminder, this officer is great, guys. I spoke to him, but just so you guys were aware, remember what he said? He was going across the street to put a complaint in. Give that man a raise.
Wow, why'd you touch me like that? Don't touch me like that.
Don't touch
you
him, he already did.
The law and you can just touch me?
He already
What's
did.
your name, officer? Constable, what's...
Okay, he's handling it correctly, yeah. Yeah, a guy commits assault. And by the way, you know, the guy puts the camera in your face. That's assault. Where'd you get your information? I got my information from a judge, you jackass. Yeah, that's assault. Even, you know, he's got a camera. That's assault. And yes, you can protect yourself from assault. And yes, a preemptive strike is justified and legal. Yeah, it's called self-defense, you jackass. But this guy, oh yeah, this guy did right. This guy did right. Good for you. Okay? We need more people like that. People are not prepared to deal with frauditors. You better get prepared, because they're going to own you.
Cops can do to you that you can't do back. Let's say I legally pull you over. I'll say license and registration, and then legally I have to show it. Now let's say I get legally pulled over and I try to say, what's your name and badge number, officer? Sure, write this down. Last name Stick, first name You're a Dip. Oh. Yeah, just because you have to identify yourself doesn't mean I have to. Some police departments require officers to verbally identify themselves, but it's not required by law. Some states make us display it, but we don't have to say it. Doesn't that create an unfair power imbalance? Welcome to America, pal. Take it up with George Washington. Here's your ticket.
That's true, you know. Name badge number, name badge number. They don't have to identify. Not legally.
There is no national conspiracy to buy elections and control America.
You don't need a formal conspiracy when interests converge. These people went to the same universities and fraternities. They're on the same boards of directors. They're in the same country clubs. They have like interests. They don't need to call a meeting. They know what's good for them, and they're getting it. And there used to be 7 oil companies. There are now 3. It will soon be 2. The things that matter in this country have been reduced in choice. There are 2 political parties. There are a handful of insurance companies. There are about 6 or 7 information things. But if you want a bagel, there are 23 flavors because you have the illusion. You have the illusion of choice. Right.
Studied the Korean War. It was the only war in which no American prisoner ever escaped from a minimum security camp. You see, they have a way of checking you out by asking you questions about your life. What are you going to do when you get back? How much money do you need? If you said, I just want to be happy, I just want peace, the mind says, piece of pie, piece of bread, piece of what? You need to take the generalities and give them specificity. They took the people with no goals and called them purposeless. They put them in minimum security camp country clubs, and they tried to reorient them in the library. The death rate went up, the disease rate was up in the minimum security camp with more food and comfort. In the maximum security camp, they put people like you and I, people who had deep beliefs, people who wanted to get home, who knew what kind of goals we believe in. And they classified them as dangerous because they were leaders. The maximum security camp was full of purposeful people who were beaten and starved. The death rate went down, the disease rate was down, and many of them escaped. They knew where they were going.
Okay. I just thought I'd throw that in there. People can be interesting sometimes.
In Canada in the 70s, the Canadian government chose a town at random. It seems to genuinely have been random. It's a town called Dauphin. And they said to a big group of people in this town, we're going to give you guys, for the foreseeable future, we're going to give all of you a guaranteed basic income. We're going to give you the equivalent of, in today's money, $15,000 US. There's nothing you can do that means we'll take it away from you, and there's nothing you have to do in return for it. You're citizens of our country, we want you to have a good life. And this was studied very carefully by a woman I interviewed called Dr. Evelyn Forget to see what happened. And loads of interesting things happened. People spent more time with their kids. Very few people quit work, but a lot of people turned down shitty jobs, so actual overall work standards improved because employers had to attract people with better standards. But for me, the most interesting thing is there was a huge fall in depression and anxiety. Depression and anxiety that was so severe people had to be hospitalized fell by 9%, which is remarkable in just 3.
Oh, that's communism. That's socialism. You know what? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But is it worth looking at? I mean, this experiment is sort of been replicated, I think, once in Spain. And I believe Adam Smith wrote about something fairly similar to this. We can't do that because it's communism. Why are we listening to the politicians? Look how much money they're making. They're making millions and millions and millions of dollars every year. And what are we getting in return? Maybe we ought to look at things differently. I'm just saying.
Listen to this.
Americans do not deserve to be governed by deeply weird, narcissistically woke people who hate George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, Dr. Zeus, and Mr. Potato Head, who hyperventilate on their yoga mats if you use the wrong pronoun, who think kids should be able to change their gender at recess, who carry around Ziploc bags of kale to give them energy, and who think they are better than us. By the way, to me, kale tastes like I'd rather be fat.
Have a seat right here for me, okay? It's you. Don't put your hands in your pockets. You understand my directions?
I don't have to follow your directions.
Yes, you do. Lawful orders.
No, they're not lawful orders.
Yes, sir.
Hands in my pocket is completely legal. In fact, I'll do it right now. Hey.
Why do auditor speeders become so indignant when they get caught on radar speeding? Why do they feel the police are picking on them? It's simple. Don't speed.
I know what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to get my license suspended, and that's just not gonna happen. But I take all my tickets to court, so I'll see you there. It's gonna be a long process before you get that money.
Take your hand out of your pocket.
Okay, yeah, you don't want people with their hands in their pockets or having their hands hidden behind their back as a policeman. So I'm not condoning dirty cops, and I'm not condoning asshole frauditors. Yeah, that's the problem as a cop, is people will kill you, okay? Or they'll do bodily injury to you. I've been a cop before, okay? So I know what that's all about. Hands in your pocket and you don't comply, okay, you're breaking the law, okay? You're creating a disturbance, you're committing assault, you're also committing a terroristic threat. I mean, there are so many statutes, it's not even funny. I've looked at a lot of them. I can't quote them all verbatim. Go to a law library. How many laws do you think there are on those books? Ignorance is no excuse. Yeah, you are breaking numerous laws. You probably don't even know about it.
Take your hand out of your pocket now.
What law is that?
Take your hand.
What law is that? You know what? I hate to say it, but it's probably a good thing I'm not a cop anymore. I tell somebody to take their hand out of their pocket, I am not going to negotiate. I'm not going to say I would toss lead, but yeah. And I got to tell you, look at where the cops' hands are. They're behind his... Now, mine would be on the gun, but that's just me. I'm old school, okay? I'm old school. I didn't take bribes. I didn't commit perjury. And I didn't take a lot of shit off of these frauditors or perpetrators.
What law is that?
Sir, take your hand out of your pocket.
What law is that?
Sir, take your hand out of your pocket.
Go write your ticket. Go write your ticket, man.
Sir, take your hand out of your pocket.
Write your ticket, sir.
Don't negotiate.
Take your hand out of your pocket. Take your hand out of your pocket.
I don't have to.
Take your hand out of your pocket.
I don't have to, sir. You're harassing me.
I hate to say it, but you probably should have shot the guy right now. Yeah, that's called a preemptive strike. Well, my supervisor won't back me up. Yeah, he probably won't. But the thing is, since your supervisor doesn't give a damn about you, you ought to give a damn about yourself. And people don't. Okay? People are unprofessional.
Get your hand out of your pocket.
Go
get your hand out of your pocket now.
You know, people will say it's a power play by the cops, but this is a basic safety issue. I qualified with my weapon 8 times a year, and part of our training has to do with a guy like this auditor. He's agitated, he's angry, he's belligerent. This is a recipe for disaster, as you can see in this video.
Take your hands out your pocket. Take your hands out your pocket. Take your hands out your pocket. This bitch, I'm in. This ain't gonna stop, I'm in. I'm in. I'm a Tyson. Dispatch. Help.
I want you to watch again how fast the shooter pulls his hand out of his pocket and shoots the cop. It's a fraction of a second.
Take your hands out your pocket.
If you're a cop, you get to watch videos like this of cops being shot.
That's true.
You also watch First Amendment auditors who push the limit.
Now, when I was a cop, the only time I saw these videos, and I saw them all the time at the police academy, but my department didn't show things like that because, let's just say the sheriff had another agenda. But, yeah, I was a member of a somewhat genteel sheriff's office. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, the police academy, man, we saw these films almost every day.
Take your hands out your pocket.
You know, it took me a while to freeze frame the gun.
And the thing is, a lot of cops have actually been killed in the line of duty. Believe it or not.
Gunman, because that gun came out and was fired in less than a second.
Yeah.
Time it yourself. This is what cops face every...
People will kill you, and that includes frauditors. Yeah. Amagansett Express, Jason Gutter Trash, he carries a gun. He does it for a reason. This is what's going to happen in the future. Okay? It's not will it happen, it's when will it happen.
Day. So let's get back to the guy who refuses to take his hands out of his pocket. What happens is, after several warnings, the cop tackles the guy, but then the auditor cuts the video
and ends it right there.
What law is that?
Sir, take your hand in your pocket. Take your hand out of your pocket. Okay. All right.
I found an ending on another video after the tackle and after the auditor gets a ticket. He's definitely trying to save face now.
I want you guys to leave first, but can I get names of...
No. The cops leave after you leave, okay? And that's another safety issue for the cops. And yeah, you know, I mean, I know there's bad cops out there. Perhaps the majority of them are bad, but the fact is, as a cop, you have to think about safety, and that's a safety issue, especially with this uncooperative jackass. Yeah, now he's telling the cops to leave first. Why they didn't shoot him is, well, just tell them that these guys are kind of, genteel type of cops, okay? I'm not saying I would have shot that guy, but possible. Yeah, why he hadn't been arrested, I don't know. These cops are probably corrupt, I don't know. But the thing is, you don't want to be a genteel cop, and you don't want to be a corrupt cop. And yes, it's possible to be a professional cop. Your supervisor probably won't back you up on it, but it is possible.
Excuse me. Do you have any ID? Do I have any ID?
Yeah. Okay, this guy's a troublemaker. He's doing a public records request, and he's being an asshole, and he's looking for a fight. He's picking a fight, and there's a lot of statutes, legal statutes, that will back up why this is not acceptable.
Yeah, look, yeah, the reason why you're here recording?
That's very strange. Why would you walk up and ask somebody if they have ID?
Why are you recording?
Because I requested it, because you don't even know if you are here up for a job.
I don't mean this sarcastically. Are you okay?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the people at the front asked me to follow you down here. I mean, wearing sunglasses indoors, wearing your face mask, and you're just recording without any kind of, like, okay from earlier, which...
Yeah, we can get to that in a second, but seriously, are you okay? That was odd.
Okay, if you're going to take a bunch of shit off these frauditors, of course they're going to get out of line. And yes, they will pepper spray you.
That whole thing that you did was very strange.
There's nothing strange about it, and the guy should be dealt with physically and arrested. And you know what? Since you can't rely on the cops, you may want to come up with something else. The problem is, this security guy, his supervisor's not going to back him up, so, hey, what's the point? You know? If I was in his position and my supervisor didn't back me up, yeah, like I'm going to get involved with this shit. No, forget about it. Okay, but the thing is, yeah, you got a lack of professionalism on the supervisor's fault. This is clearly the supervisor's fault. Yeah, frauditors are going to take advantage of it. And they're going to make a lot of money off of it, too. Okay?
Tricks cops use to get you to confess. Have you ever been arrested because the cops suspect you stole 300 gallons of milk? You don't want to get got for grand theft, but it's not like there's any evidence, right? Wrong. Just then, the cops come in and tell you they found your fingerprints at the scene of the crime. Game over. With evidence like that, you're screwed. You should just confess. Maybe they'll go easy on you, right? Wrong. Again, could the cops have your fingerprints? Sure. But there's also a chance the cops don't have them at all. They made it up. It never happened. Because the cops can legally lie to you. That's why you should always let your lawyer do the speaking before you speak yourself into a hole you can't dig out of.
Law by Mike out here helping criminals.
Nope. Just making sure justice stays fair. Tricks cops use to get you...
Okay, the thing is, cops do lie, and they can lie legally, yada, yada, yada. Do not apologize, and do not confess. And the less you talk to a cop, the better. So here I am, a former cop, telling you how bad the cops are, and also telling you how good the cops can be. The thing is, you don't have to take one extreme or the other extreme. Okay? And it is, it is possible that we all can win. It is possible that we all can do better. It is possible to have good cops who are not intimidated by frauditors.